spending money and many hours on the project, and after more than 3 years of hard work and more than $100,000 in parts and materials, there in front of him stood the brand new car, painted a bright gold color, much prettier than when it left the factory. The man took his friends and walked around the city. When he got home, he realized that one of the taillight bulbs had burned out. He got angry with the car and ordered it to be taken and dumped again in the forest where he had found it. It's a ridiculous story, isn't it? First of all, who is going to spend so much money on an old car that is worth nothing? And after investing a fortune and a lot of time in rescuing it, throwing it away again because a little bomb worth less than $3 pesos burns out. But there are many Christians who believe that God is like that. First, they do not understand how much it has cost Jesus and the Father to rescue man from the dustbin of sin. And, after putting their own life inside it, those Christians believe that because of a small failure, God is going to throw it back into the trash can. Rome 5:10 For if when we were enemies we were reconciled to God through the death of his Son, much more, having been reconciled, we will be saved through his life. 1. When we were rotten, stinking, evildoers, and undesirable, Christ died for us. 2. Now that we have been purified, washed, and justified, how much more will he completely save us? Rescue in the grace of God. One day a man fell from a boat and the boat left without realizing it. He spent hours in the cold water, he was approaching the dangerous rocks on the coast, and the man was already on the point of submerging to never breathe again, when he saw a luxury boat on the horizon coming in his direction. After getting a little closer, the boat saw the man and accelerated at full speed, came dangerously close to the rocks and threw a life preserver toward the man. Then a young man, the owner's son, jumped out of the boat and swam to the almost dead man and took him back to the boat. They put him on the boat. They took him to the main cabin, put him in the son's bed, wrapped him in blankets, attended to all his needs, and gave him a cup of hot chocolate. But the shipwrecked man was still shivering a little from the cold, and without realizing it he dropped a few drops of the chocolate on the beautiful carpet of the cabin. When the owner of the boat realized that he had dirtied his carpet, he grabbed the man by the neck, dragged him across the deck, and threw him back into the water. Another ridiculous story, right? But there are many believers who believe that God is like that. After investing so much effort and taking so many risks to save us, he throws us back into the rotten world because we continue with the tremors of the previous life and dirty the name of God. They believe that because they do not understand the grace and mercy of God. Rome 5:11 And not only this, but we also rejoice in God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have now received reconciliation. Saved by grace Ephesians 2:4 But God, who is rich in mercy, because of his great love with which he loved us, 5 Even when we were dead in sins, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have